dirty shame, dirty shame, yeah. I'll take care of my responsibilities. I'll send you your money every month. You can depend on that. You don't better believe that you can. But we can live together. This way will be much better. Cause you see, you never know. You see, you never know where I'm coming from. You see that I just got to tell you now.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. Time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Good morning, Moore County. Up and at 'em. The sun's up. Perfect morning. Nice and cool. Guys, I guess it's going to be a little sunny for the rest of the day, too. So, yeah, don't lay around. Once the sun's up and the Dems are in the basement, you can get out and enjoy yourself. You know, play some golf, walk the dog. Kids should be in school, so even better. Get outside.
After all that celebration yesterday about a great economy, I'll put that in quotes.
Well, I can't watch any of that anymore.
Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on a live video stream, which is coming at you now from our website at talk973.com or talk1041.com or weeb990.com. Top middle of the page is where the link is located. If you go to the upper right-hand corner of any of our pages, you can also get a different link to our broadcast signal. That's in the upper right-hand corner where it says On the Air Listen Live. Click it once, you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills, well, what can I say? It just gets better and better as the week progresses with less and less humidity. Look for today to be sunny, 83 for a high, low humidity. I'm talking about dew points in the 50s. Clear tonight, a low of 59. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 85. Thursday night, clear and 62. Friday, sunny and 83. Saturday, well, humidity goes up a little, but not much. It'll be sunny and 83. Same for Sunday with a high of 85. Next week, we get back pushing those 90-degree marks, but the humidity's still in check. So far, that can all change. Sunny with a high of 87 Monday, 89 on Tuesday. Right now around the Sand Hills, solar radiation's at 18 watts per square meter. Pressure is 30-37. Winds are calm. Dew point 57. Don't you love it? Humidity 91%. It's sunny and 59 degrees here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Yeah, when I woke up this morning, I said, kind of chilly in here. Do I need to cut on the heater? I went, nah, not going to do it. Not while it's still summer. All right, it is 7:36, 36 past the hour on this Wednesday. Colonel in for John this morning. John not feeling too good, but we'll hope for his speedy recovery to the microphone. Yesterday, let me see if I got it here. Yesterday, more than 1,300 employees of the New York Times revolted against the company's return to work policy in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic.
Good for them. Oh, yeah.
So they made a crop of lazy employees, and now they don't want to come to work. They like rolling out of bed 2 minutes before work time and scratching their head and sitting down. And
well, it's kind of hard to, do you really need to go to work or go into an office every day? My kids, my daughter and son-in-law, both of them, their companies, in fact, have closed down most of their office space because what they do, I'm not going to get into the details of their work, but their work is easily quantifiable. So, all they got to do, on the management end is, open up the the work product, and it's either there or it isn't. And they don't need to be sitting at a desk to do that. So, you know,
Well, it might
the New
work.
York Times, I mean, I imagine they don't have any work product anyway. They're all a bunch of flaming freaking idiots, but, you know.
Well, it you know, it may work for your son, your daughter, and son-in-law, but at the New York Times, you know, it's a newsroom. Reporters feed off to each other, and sometimes you just got to get up and get back in the work atmosphere. You produce better work in some cases.
Well, you know, as far as the New York Times, I mean, it's, you know, they're just, you know, if they want to feed off each other, I wish they would cannibalize each other and be done with it. But
That'd be
you
good.
know, if that's what they feel they need, I suspect there's some other things going on there too. They're losing money somehow by not having those people in that building. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. You know, I can speculate on a couple of things, but somehow there's some pressure to make those people come back in to that building.
Right.
And I don't know what it is, but it's
Well,
got.
they want the building to show some life.
Well, it's got nothing to do with really the work product, because if you're a reporter and you're sitting there, you can type all that up at home and do all that stuff at home and go out and interview and things like that without having to run into New York City to the big gray lady there and then, you know, back home again. So I don't know what's going on there, but I think there's ulterior motives to make people come back and sit in those office spaces.
Well, they also run into, except that was in Chicago, like that guy that got mobbed by 3 guys. He was walking home, and 3 guys drive up in a car. They jump out and surround the guy. Says, either give us your wallet or we'll kill you.
Ooh.
And he had lots of self-protection courses.
Mm-hmm.
So he ended up elbowing one right across the face
Yeah.
and make a break for it and just ran.
Yeah, I did that one time.
Did you?
I was down in Tampa and I was taking a walk, and I walked into the wrong place or wrong area, and I had three bums got up and thought they were gonna
Mess with the
basically. They didn't say they were going to kill me, but they surrounded me, and it was pretty evident to me that they were, you know. And I hit the middle guy and just kept right on going, and I ran right over top of him.
Yeah.
And basically,
Well, these guys were right surrounded where you couldn't
Yeah.
run away. I mean, they were right on him. I would say, wait a minute, let me get my wallet out of my pocket. And I reach in and grab that thing, and they're going to get the next 6 shots. Bam, 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 bam.
well, it's bad. It's bad.
All right, well.
You gotta have, you know, if you're in unfamiliar territory, like I was down, I don't even know I know what I was doing in Tampa, but, you know, I wasn't familiar with the vicinity and all that. And
Right.
if you're, you know, I just recommend to any of you, if you're going and traveling somewhere and you want to take a walk, get some exercise or whatever, then you better talk to somebody and find out, you know, what's going on in that particular area so you don't get in trouble.
Yeah, almost makes you don't want to travel to big cities
Oh, I wouldn't go to a big city now.
for
I
fear of
see.
getting. This was at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, it's broad daylight. It's 24 hours a
Yeah.
day. And I, well, you know, like I said, my brother lives up in Connecticut. Oh, would you come up? Would you come? Hey, I am not going to drive through, you know, basically through Richmond, Washington, New York, Philadelphia, Baltimore, not in that particular order, to get to Connecticut. I'm
Yeah.
just not driving up there. Sorry. You know, you're driving up the turnpike or whatever, and you know, you break down or you got to pull off for gas. Yeah, no, not doing it. Nope, not driving up there.
Well,
That plus getting through Maryland, the police state of Maryland is a joke too.
you know. All right. Well, let's find out what the overnight, well, the late night liberal unit boys having their pulse this morning for us.
Apple just released a new software update that lets you edit and unsend messages. Yeah, and this is nice. After your third time editing a message, you get a notification that says you're drunk, go to bed.
This was the lowest rated Emmy show ever. Only 5.92 million people watched the show on NBC, but that's not really the whole story. It's not fair. It was also on Peacock, so when you add in the people who streamed it, there's still 5.92 million people.
Elon Musk's college girlfriend is auctioning off personal items from their relationship, including photographs, a birthday card, and upwards of 3 kids.
Peloton's been having a tough year, and they just announced that their co-founders are leaving the company. It was time for a change. Peloton's been stationary for too long.
Well, you know, the Peloton, sorry, I got it. You know, it's fancy and you get a little screen and, you know, you can pretend somebody's talking to you. But that goes the way of all of those kind of things. You had, what was the big, the skiing thing, Nordic Track, and you've had bicycles, you've had stationary bicycles forever. So, you know, it's a fad. Everybody's got to have one, and then you realize you've spent what, $5,000, $8,000, $10,000 for this thing.
There's a bunch. Depends on, they have different levels of services of how much group biking you want to do, and
it's sitting in the corner, and fine.
It worked for about a week.
Yeah. Get out and take a walk.
During last night's Texas Ranger baseball game, the commentators were talking about Marcus Seaman, and as they showed him on the bench, his eyes got wide. He had just figured out he was late to get to the plate. He never had time for the on-deck circle. Moments later, he got a hit and turned up the gas. Here we go.
He's played the second most games of anyone over the last 2 seasons for, he forgot he was on deck.
That was amazing right there.
What a timely report, too. I mean, that is stunning.
Oh, my goodness.
Pretty serious professional. There you go.
Hey, roll out of bed and hit a gapper. In fact, he's hustling for 2. Here comes the throw, not in time. That's a double. Hat tip, Marcus Semien.
Yeah, that's it. Turn the crowd noise up so you can just barely hear the announcers. Always makes sense to me. Got a little 8-year-old girl here crying because he wants her mommy to buy her something. Check it out.
You never let me get back.
Why are you crying? What do you want?
I want a bra.
Wants a what? Oh, bra. Okay. Well, yeah, you'll get one eventually. Yeah.
How quickly they develop, huh?
Don't be in a big rush.
A single dad is going viral for his TikTok video where he tries to find a date to take his daughter and her friend to an amusement park. Here's Chris Kozad pleading his case.
I'm currently looking for a +1 to accompany my 15-year-old daughter, her friend, and myself to Kings Island. I am a single, divorced, 44-year-old from Ohio, and I'm looking for a single woman, preferably at least 34 years old, that enjoys roller coasters. Don't let the gray hairs and the beard fool you. I do also have the dad bod to go with it. This also comes with a Fastlane Plus pass, so we can skip the roller coaster lines all day long.
Okay.
Yeah, where's this? In Ohio somewhere they were going? Sandusky, is that what they said?
It doesn't say here in my notes.
Oh, okay.
And Ryan Reynolds filmed and posted his colonoscopy journey recently. You can listen how it may have actually saved his life. He even gets the plug-in for his vodka. He and Rob McEnany did it to raise awareness and importance of getting screened at age 45 with an organization called Lead From Behind. Here we go.
I was able to find an extremely subtle polyp, potentially life-saving for you. I'm not being overly dramatic. I mean,
Love it.
You had no symptoms.
Yeah, seriously. Thank you for pushing me to do this. Can't believe you pumped all that aviation gin into my IV. It's out.
Could have ended up developing into cancer and causing all sorts of problems. Instead, you're not only diagnosing the polyp, you're taking it out. So nobody would know that they had this. But he reached the age of screening, 45. He got a routine screening, and there you go. And that's why people need to do this. This saves lives, pure and simple.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. It used to be 55 where you would, hey, get in and get your colonoscopy, and now I guess they're saying they've lowered it to 45. So, well, good for him if they had that taken out. I mean, polyps are generally, not good. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
well, they grow slow, but you need to catch them before they do damage.
Right.
Cancer of the
colon
intestines aren't good.
Well, yeah, it's just I think I did read that where I've already had several of these things, so I'm past the.
Well, you get to enjoy it over and over, do you?
Well, you go for when I first did it was 55. Hey, you should get this done, and blah blah, and then once you get it done. They'll make a determination based on the result. Hey, you come back in 10 years, you get another one no later than 10 years out, or hey, you've had a polyp or this issue, so we want to do you every 5 years or something like that. And they'll tell you that when you do your initial colonoscopy. But now they're saying start them at 45, not 55.
Right.
Talk to a doctor, if you have any questions. I don't know whether you should do it at 45 or 55, but talk to your doctor.
Well, today is National Sober Day. And that's true. And if you're on the wagon, this record is for you.
Now, for National Sober Day, AA Records presents your favorite drinking songs, remixed without the alcohol.
Show me the way to the next iced tea bar.
Now you can listen to songs without the temptation.
Kool-Aid.
Hear all the classics without the hard stuff.
So listen right here. I want one big gulp. Try it. Root beer.
Sober songs for National Sober Day.
There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and
ginger ale.
And who could forget this classic?
Wasting away again.
Mountain Dew.
So enjoy National Sober Day and listen responsibly.
Cappuccino.
I'm not sure the Mountain Dew isn't worse for you than the other.
Yeah, it comes back as not being good for you at all.
Yeah, none of it is. Water. Drink water, man.
A shocking new study that first-time dads can suffer, this is true, brain shrinkage compared to guys with no kids. We have the new public service announcement for you.
A new study shows that first-time dads can experience major shrinkage.
Shrinkage? Shrinkage? Oh, no! This is going to ruin my life.
Yes, brain shrinkage is a symptom of being a first-time father.
Oh, brain shrinkage. Yeah, I can live with that.
I guess the brain shrinkage there so you can get some sleep and not hear that kid cry every time.
All right. Whatever.
A railroad strike could happen. That and other things are in our not headline news this morning.
This is not headline news. A nationwide railroad strike could happen as soon as Friday. Amtrak is so concerned they've already postponed their next 3 derailments. A new study finds that wearing glasses makes you appear less intelligent. They also found the only thing you can wear to make you look even dumber are Crocs. Major League Baseball announced rule changes to get more fans. Rule change number 1, everyone must now play football. And today is National Sober Day. Exceptions will be made for Dallas Cowboys fans. This is not headline news.
Yeah, well, the railroad strike, I thought I read or heard that several of the railroad unions had already made agreements to
Struck a deal.
Yeah, strike a deal, and then there were four or so that still hadn't come around. So I don't know if the railroad strike is going to be nationwide.
No.
I'm curious. And it's true. Yes, Crocs. You're about the dumbest individual on earth if you're wearing Crocs.
Wow, you damn sure are liberal. A couple of students, get this, a couple of students got into a fight yesterday at Heights High School in Houston, Texas. And during the chaos, somebody made a report that there was an, quote, active shooter. So the cops responded. This is from a student's cell phone video as the SWAT team enters the classroom looking for the shooter. Now you got, I saw the video, and there's about 4 or 5 cops come in, you know, looking all swatty and making the kids hold their hands up. And turned out the active shooter ended up being a false report.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
The guy recording loves seeing the ballistic Glock. Here we go.
Everybody hands up. Oh my God. You good, sir? All right, coming in. Okay. Nobody made it into this room, right? Yes, everybody good? Give me a thumbs up. Everybody give me a thumbs up. Nobody made it in this room, right? No, sir. All right. Stay where you're at. We're gonna have officers outside, okay? Okay.
Guns were drawn, by the way. Not pointed, but drawn.
I don't know. This false reporting stuff. What do they call that when that happens? There's a term for it, but you know, it's like somebody calling 911 and saying, "Hey, such and such, this individual down here, they're yelling and screaming, and I've heard the person say they're going to kill you and all this," and get the cops to show up, you know, all worked up and dressed up for the kill, and you know, they break in and all this kind of thing, and the person just kind of sitting there watching television or whatever, and you know, it's just an effort to harass, if not get somebody killed. They did it to, that's what I read that. Yeah, they did that to that Georgia congresswoman. I don't pay attention to her name so much, but yeah, they did that to her. They called 911 on her several days in a row. You know, hoping to get the cops there, you know, all worked up, and you know, hoping to get the cops to shoot her or something. So they eventually caught that guy.
Yeah. Well, a woman took to TikTok to accuse a Michigan Subway restaurant of giving her a sandwich with feces smeared on the wrapper. Spokesperson claims that it was actually just chocolate.
Chocolate?
The sample given to authorities has not been tested yet to determine who is in the right. Here is the customer, Kelsey Canoy, telling her side of the story.
I went to Subway, I ordered a sub, kind of weird interaction, go into the parking lot to eat it, and I noticed that I'm like, oh, the parking lot just smells like sewage. I'm like, okay, so I had a bite and I took it home to eat it there. I go and take a bite, look in the papers in between the 2 wrappers on the sandwich, there's feces. We're not sure if it's dog or if it's human.
All right, well, the cops will check that and they'll figure out what that is, and then, you know, until the cops come back and say it's this or that, you know, I think they're wasting a lot of breath on this.
Well, smell test is pretty convincing to me, but
well, it could be any. You know, I got you.
I don't know if she's telling the truth.
Right, exactly. You know, and yeah, they're going to take the piece of paper with whatever on it, and they'll come back and say it was A, B, C, or D, and if it was some kind of feces, then yeah, let's talk about it. In the meantime,
into that store.
Yeah, in the meantime, she ought to shut up because you know, it could be nothing. Could be nothing. You know, there's lots of things kind of, you know, pile up in various eateries, and some of them don't smell very nice, but they're not feces.
An Australian man was tragically killed in the first fatal kangaroo attack in over 85 years.
Ouch.
Not only that, but the kangaroo actually prevented paramedics from reaching the 77-year-old who is believed to have been keeping the animal as a pet.
Oh, yeah.
Here is behavioral ecologist Bill Bateman commenting on the rare attack.
It's a strange story, and I can't speculate too much. My guess is that if this kangaroo was being treated as a pet, then it had become very habituated to people. It didn't see people as threatening. Animals in that situation start becoming aggressive. Maybe it was reacting to people as if they were kangaroos.
Yeah, people keeping wild animals as pets is just a bad idea. That's why it's generally against the law. Raccoon. I knew a guy. Hey, little Ricky raccoon here. Oh, cute little ball of fur. And then cute little Ricky got old and bit the out of that guy and scratched him. And it was bad. And it's just all kinds of animal things like that. And, hey, just leave them where they are. Don't mess with them.
Yeah. I've seen some kangaroos come up and want to go fist fighting with you.
Well, that'd be another reason. A kangaroo will kill you. They have powerful hind legs.
Yeah, and
they fight with them.
These hooves that'll cut you to pieces. The front ones.
Yeah. Just bad news, man.
And the back ones can kick you across the yard. I'd leave them alone.
Leave the wild animals in the wild where they got all kinds of diseases, ticks, and bugs on them that you just don't understand. Just leave them alone.
Kind of like a deer.
No, that would be one that you want to leave alone.
Yeah, that's what I said. You won't want to leave them alone.
People like to go pick them up and when they're little because they're laying there and they look like they're abandoned, but they're not. Leave them alone.
All right, 59 degrees. 8 o'clock.
High pressure will continue to take over, and we'll continue to see beautiful conditions with low humidity and a lot of sunshine today. It's going to be a fantastic day to have lunch or dinner outdoors. We'll see highs in the upper 70s and the mid 80s. By tonight, we're down into the mid 50s and lower 60s with temperatures tomorrow climbing in the low to mid 80s. We're going to get a little bit unseasonable as we head into the end of the week with warmth building back in. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sandhills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. They say timing is everything, and the timing of yesterday's White House celebration of a big Democrat spending bill couldn't have been much worse, as inflation remains near a 4-decade high.
A huge crowd gathered on the White House South Lawn to celebrate the Inflation Reduction Act.
The American people won, and special interests lost.
But the president's message was overshadowed by August data showing another increase in overall prices. That report also sent Wall Street plunging to its worst day in 2 years. The Democrat-backed law does not directly address food or housing costs, which continue to rise. Greg Clugston, Washington.
In the words of former President Trump, we are now living in a weaponized police state. Mr. Trump voicing dismay on Truth Social after Mike Lindell reported the seizure of his cell phone by the FBI. The MyPillow CEO says it happened while he was at a fast food restaurant in Minnesota. Lindell, a staunch supporter of Mr. Trump, dared to question the outcome of the 2020 election. Tensions run high on a university campus in Massachusetts.
One person is hurt after a package exploded at Northeastern University's campus in Boston. Campus police responded to a call Tuesday night. They found an injured staff member who handled the package. They had minor hand injuries. A similar second package was found and detonated by a bomb squad. Boston police are working with the FBI and campus security to find out how the packages got onto campus. Tasha Stevens reporting.
Huge crowds have gathered in London there to pay their respects to the late Queen Elizabeth II. On Wall Street this morning, stock futures have now turned mixed. Dow futures are up 3 points, while the NASDAQ futures are down a fraction. S&P futures 2 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-940-6161. That's 1-800-940-6161. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-940-6161. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
The U.S. continuing to push to free 2 Americans being held in Russia.
A source tells the AP former UN Ambassador Bill Richardson was in Moscow this week and met with Russian leaders. Last month, Richardson told the AP WNBA star Brittany Griner should be freed.
I think she has the right strategy of contrition, a good legal team.
Griner was sentenced last month to 9 years in prison in a drug possession case.
There's going to be a prisoner swap, though, and I think it'll be 2 for 2. Involving Paul Whelan. We can't forget him.
Whelan is a corporate security executive from Michigan, serving a 16-year sentence on espionage-related charges. Ed Donahue, Washington.
A top court has largely rejected Google's appeal of a record European Union antitrust fine imposed for throttling competition and reducing consumer choice through the dominance of its mobile Android operating system. News and analysis at townhall.com. A big national coffee chain planning a big facelift.
Starbucks will spend $450 million next year to make its North American stores more efficient and less complex. The company also plans to open 2,000 new stores in the U.S. by 2025. The emphasis will be on meeting the growing demand for drive-through and delivery. Starbucks recently saw the best week for sales in its 51-year history when it introduced its latest fall drinks. But it says stores need better equipment to make drinks more quickly. Among the things driving the revamp is an ongoing unionization effort which Starbucks opposes. Keith Peters reporting.
South Korea's privacy watchdog is fined Google and Meta a combined $72 million for privacy violations, tracking consumers' online behavior without their consent, then using the data for targeted ads. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Thanks for help bringing the economy back, one local purchase at a time.
Kind of uplifts you and you feel better.
It's the greatest comeback of all time. With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Politician Sherry Beasley makes a lot of promises.
Our leaders should only be responsive to the people they serve.
But who does Sherry Beasley serve? Beasley cashed in after she lost her last campaign and became a partner in a big corporate law firm that was paid millions to lobby for special interests. Beasley's law firm raked in over $3.5 million from their lobbying arm special interest clients. Now, special interests are spending big to get Beasley elected. Beasley's campaign is bankrolled by PACs, lawyers, and lobbyists. Sherry Beasley supports Washington's latest scheme that is raising taxes on almost everyone to pay for giveaways for the wealthy and special interests. Politician Sherry Beasley would make Washington worse. Let's defeat phony politician Sherry Beasley again. Senate Leadership Unpaid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Hello, North Carolina. Dick Heller here. You might recognize that name from the Supreme Court case D.C. v. Heller. I'm not moving to North Carolina yet because if I did, I couldn't keep suing Washington, D.C. But if I was to move, the first thing I would do is get my concealed carry permit, and I'd take my class from beararms.com. I've worked with them in the past. I expect to work with them again soon, and I hope you would too.
Thanks, Dick. Steve Bozick here. Classes are filling up fast. Go to beararms.com
arms.com to reserve your seat today.
War Dogs Army Surplus is Moore County's largest selection of Army surplus. They buy, sell, and trade Army surplus, and they'll match any legitimate offer from competitors with a price match guarantee. They'll match and beat any competitor's price by 10%. With the largest selection of vintage and modern gear and collectibles, War Dogs has everything you're looking for. Open Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. 675 Southwest Broad Street in Southern Pines, or call 910-920-7749. That's 910-920-7749. War Dogs. We offer more and sell for less.
At First Bank, North Carolina's largest independent community bank, we know your dream may be to make it possible for your child to achieve theirs. Whether you want to start saving for their education, to pay for a first tuition bill, or to help your student be a smart spender, First Bank offers a wide range of products and services to help you achieve your dreams. From student checking accounts to prepaid debit cards, savings accounts to home equity lines of credit, you'll find a great fit at First Bank.
Replacing a roof isn't just shingles, it's a complete engineered system. At Elite Roofing, we recognize the importance of that system. We're certified installers of all the roofing products we use, with over 28 years of experience in superior residential and commercial roofing. New roof, re-roof, and repair. We stand behind our work with a product and craftsmanship warranty. Call 910-757-0505 today for a free estimate or visit our website at eliteroofingnc.com. That's 910-757-0505.
Don't have a family member in the insurance business? Call us first. First Casualty Insurance Group. We represent over 36 outstanding companies and can provide you with the right insurance at a cost that makes sense. Let's have a look. We'll do a top-to-bottom review, and it won't cost you a cent. Your place or ours, there's no obligation. Get the coverage you need at a price that makes sense. Just call 910-692-8303. For over 30 years, our customers know where insurance is concerned, you should always think first. First Casualty Insurance Group, Southern Pines. 910-692-8303.
NCN News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. As a major rail strike looms, North Carolina farmers are looking at their options. Dr. Heidi Schweizer is an economist and extension specialist at North Carolina State University.
It just doesn't pencil out to transport them very far by truck. The large majority of, ton miles for corn, beans, bulk commodities are, either going to be by barge or by rail.
The latest inflation numbers were worse than expected after the worst day on the market since June of 2020. CBS News analyst Jill Schlesinger joined CBS Mornings.
There's great fear that the Fed's going to have to raise rates by even more than expected, and that just raising those interest rates is going to slow things down too much.
Tip O'Neill used to say that all politics is local, but not this year. Kerry Haney is a Duke University chair political science and tells CBS 17.
And make it about national politics.
Republicans have sued the North Carolina State Board of Elections regarding rules for mail-in ballots and election observers, as the first ballots have begun going to voters ahead of the November election. Danielle Alvarez, a spokesperson for the Republican National Committee, told CBS 17.
It just lacks transparency, not only for those on the ballot, but for voters who want to know who their elected leaders are.
Crowds continue to grow along the streets of London ahead of the royal procession of Queen Elizabeth II's coffin from Buckingham Palace to the Houses of Parliament. CBS News correspondent Lena Zak is in London.
King Charles, also accompanied by Princes Harry and William, his sons, walking behind that gun carriage along with other members of the royal family.
Crime is rising across North Carolina. Violent crime in the city of Charlotte is up 2%. Mayor Vi Lyles told WBTV.
I say violence makes you angrier. Violence is a way of expressing something that's very negative, and you don't have to be that.
You're listening to NCN News.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance was just named one of America's best insurance companies by Forbes, and the nation's best auto insurer in Crash Network's Insurer Report Card for the 3rd year in a row. Sometimes being the best means being a little different. Our difference is our people. And with agents in every county, you've got local, award-winning service right in your backyard. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
Small business owners are a cornerstone of our state's economy and are essential to the fabric of our rural, urban, and suburban communities. At the NC Rural Center, we believe that our state's economic future depends on the vibrancy of the small businesses lining main streets from Murphy to Manteo and everywhere in between. That's why we've assembled hundreds of entrepreneurs, advocates, and community leaders from across the state to form the North Carolina Small Business Coalition. Learn more about the coalition and how to join at ncruralcenter.org.
Voters in North Carolina can request absentee ballots before the general election on November 8th. Director of Elections for Pitt County, Dave Davis, told WCTI.
The voter is able to actually track their ballot as it moves through the mail system. So as we've mailed it out and where it's at, as far as post office, being shipped here and there, and also when they mail it back to it.
Republican Senator Lindsey Graham has introduced a bill that would ban abortion nationwide after 15 weeks of pregnancy. CBS News correspondent Ed O'Keefe.
Abortion rights has also become a big concern, and that's what was so curious about what Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina proposed yesterday. He's unveiled the proposed national ban on abortion rights. His bill would ban the procedure after 15 weeks of pregnancy with rare exceptions. It has no chance of becoming law as long as Democrats control Congress. And when asked, even Minority Leader Mitch McConnell wouldn't commit to holding a vote on the proposal if the GOP retakes Senate control.
North Carolina's electricity regulators are starting what could be weeks of testimony over proposals by Duke Energy Corporation to carry out a state law demanding greenhouse gas reductions. The Major League home run leader did what he does best last night.
Closing in on 60.
That one's driven out into right center field. On the run, Verdugo. That ball is gone. Home run number 56.
For Yankees slugger Aaron Judge. Then later on Yes Network.
High fly ball, deep left field. There it goes. See ya. Number 57.
And it helped New York beat Boston 7-6. Judge is chasing the all-time Yankees record holder Roger Maris, who had 61 home runs in 1961. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
High temperatures will top in the upper 70s and the mid-80s today with a lot of sunshine and lower humidity. You're going to notice those temperatures feeling very comfortable out there. By tonight, we're down into the mid-50s and lower 60s. It's going to be a crisp start to the day on Thursday. Highs by the afternoon will head into the lower to mid-80s. We are tracking some warming temperatures as we head into the weekend and next week. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sand Hills area, sunny, 60 degrees, humidity 91%, 2.57, winds calm, pressure 30-38, and solar radiation up to 27 watts per square meter. It is 8:14. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Wednesday morning. 3 individuals were arrested following a search in the Carthage area. Monday, deputies assisted Moore County Probation Parole with the search of a residence in the 100 block of Starges Drive. As a result of the search, deputies seized methamphetamine and items of drug paraphernalia. Arrested were Taylor Tannehill, Opie Warren, and Austin Warren. Tannehill and Warren, Opie Warren. Warren is 41, Tannehill 24. Both of the Carthage were each charged with possession of methamphetamines and possession of drug paraphernalia. Warren also had an outstanding warrant for arrest out in Montgomery County. And the Aberdeen Fire Department is growing by 6 firefighters at no cost to the town. The Aberdeen Town Council said at its Monday meeting the town was awarded a grant of nearly $826,000 to cover the salaries and benefits of 6 new firefighters for 3 years. The purpose of the Safer Grant Program is to provide funding directly to fire departments and volunteer firefighters interested in interest organizations to assist in increasing the number of firefighters to help communities meet industry minimums standards and attain the 24-hour staffing to provide adequate protection from fires and fire-related hazards and to fulfill traditional missions of the fire department. The town has 6 months to fill the positions. That's your WEEB local news this morning from the Sand Hills Sentinel. And remember, you can go online to sandhillsendle.com for more information. It is 8:17. Sports is next, right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB.
The Morning Sports Report is brought to you by Hughes Supply of Pinehurst. With over 50 years' experience, Hughes Supply can handle all your plumbing project needs from start to finish. Call 910-295-5541 or visit them online at HughesSupplyPinehurst.com.
NCN Sports, I'm Tony Rigsby. North Carolina's ACC football team's already looking ahead to the coming weekend. NC State will take on Texas Tech at Carter Finley Stadium this Saturday. It's a game the Wolfpack already is calling a sellout a week ahead of the kickoff. Coach Dave Doran.
You know, excited to come play another game at home and to have our first night game of the season. I just saw they announced the following week's games at night at home as well, so we got back-to-back night games. We will be wearing our all-black uniforms this week, so excited. I know players are excited about that. And we need a raucous crowd. You know, we need our 12th man to be here and to be fired up. And we're playing a really good football team in Texas Tech, a very veteran team.
Duke Blue Devils will be back at Wallace Wade Stadium. Coach Mike Elko welcoming in an in-state visitor.
Got a really good North Carolina A&T program coming in here. Obviously, anytime we get a chance to play an in-state program, that creates a little bit more buzz and a little bit more atmosphere, and so we're certainly excited to host them this week. You know, Coach Washington has done a really good job with that program the last few years.
Notre Dame quarterback Tyler Buckner expected to miss the rest of the regular season with an injury to his non-throwing shoulder that will need surgery. Clayton Kershaw pitched 7 dominant innings. The Dodgers won the National League West for the 9th time in 10 seasons, blanking the Arizona Diamondbacks 4-0. The Mets dropping another one last night to the Cubs. Here's Tom Merriam.
The lowly Cubs beat the first-place Mets for the second night in a row at Citi Field 4-1. Adrian Sampson, who entered the game with a lifetime record of 8-19, outpitched Jacob deGrom, shutting out the Mets on just 2 hits over the first 6 innings.
And the Mets now tied in the loss column with the Atlanta Braves after the Braves' victory over the Giants 5-1. You're listening to NCN Sports.
Just like a seatbelt, the COVID-19 vaccine protects you from hospitalization and death. If you get in a car accident, you want your seatbelt. And if you get COVID, you want your booster.
Vaccines keep us safe and healthy. They're here to protect all of us from the spread of COVID-19.
Please stay up to date on your COVID-19 vaccines.
So the only time you'll need to see me is for a regular checkup.
Everyone 6 months and older can get a COVID-19 vaccine. Visit myspot.nc.gov for more information.
Did you know the world's largest natural habitat zoo is your North Carolina Zoo? Located just south of Asheboro, make this the fall you explore everything your North Carolina Zoo offers. Feed the giraffes at Acacia Station Giraffe Deck. Enjoy a farm-to-table southern meal at Billy D's. Or tour the 40-acre Watani Grasslands habitat aboard their open-air Zoofari vehicle. Open 7 days a week. Plan your next zoo adventure at nczoo.org. That's nczoo.org.
Aaron Judge hit his major league leading 56th and 57th home run last night as the Yankees held on to beat the Red Sox 7-6. Judge playing in New York's 142nd game, 4 away from tying the American League home run record that Roger Maris set with the Yankees back in 1961. Phoenix Suns and Mercury owner Robert Sarver has gotten suspended for a year and fined a whopping $10 million. CBS Sports analyst Avery Johnson says other team owners should be careful about how they act.
You got to have some more accountability, guidelines in the way you communicate with your players, the way you communicate with female employees. And if you cross the line too many times, you're going to have to pay a price. So this sent a strong message.
Tony Rigsby, NCN Sports.
We're proud to be working with our local businesses for the greatest comeback of all time.
Come together.
With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Pines Funerals. Fry and Prickett, Kennedy, and Powell Funeral Homes
serving Carthage, Robbins, Southern Pines, and surrounding communities. Have you thought about pre-planning your final arrangements? At Pines Funerals, we're here to guide and assist our community's families through the pre-planning process. Visit pinesfunerals.com today to schedule a no-pressure, no-obligation appointment to ensure all of your questions are answered. That's pinesfunerals.com to see why more families prefer Pines.
So you had a whole house generator installed, so that when the power goes out, the power comes right back on. Or it's supposed to. The generator guys at Carolina Power and Generators can make sure it is ready to go when needed with a biannual 35-point inspection, 24-hour service, and much, much more. Maintenance by Carolina Power and Generators equals peace of mind. For more details, visit generacnc.com and power up. Or call 910-241-4677. That's 910-241-4677.
At Pool Automotive, being local and family-owned isn't just a title. It's the lifeblood of our business. The moment you walk into our Aberdeen showroom, you'll be treated like family. You see, we believe that all our guests deserve quality, reliable used vehicles, and we have the inventory and finance options to make it happen. When you buy a new vehicle, the second you drive it off the lot, it's already depreciated by thousands. Before you throw that money away, come to Pool Automotive and check out our huge selection of premium vehicles. We have high-quality, off-lease vehicles, most of which are one-owner cars with low mileage and remaining factory warranties. Something else we do to save you even more? We don't charge documentation fees. Yep, you heard us right. No doc fees here. Come in today, 500 South Sandhills Boulevard in Aberdeen, or call 910-637-0057 and experience the pool advantage.
Fields Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning customers include the military, federal, state, and local governments, hospitals, and school systems, as well as many independent businesses. We stand by our services and products, and as a result, we are proud that our business comes from repeat business and customer referrals. Fields Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning also serves many residents in Moore and surrounding counties, and we have been in business for 70 years. Call 910-949-3232. 910-949-3232.
Hey, this is Steve Leader Adams. You know, for many years, I've had arthritis in my right shoulder. I was at the point that surgery was the only option. Then I discovered pressure wave therapy, available at Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes. Pressure wave therapy is a machine that concentrates pulses of pressure waves into your joint at a rate of 2,000 pulses per minute. The treatment is non-invasive and there is no downtime. Pressure waves help your body restore blood flow to your damaged joints and can even remove bone spurs and works on almost any joint in the body, including knees, hips, feet, and elbows. I've gone to only being able to raise my arms from 90 degrees to a full 360-degree motion. You can live pain-free too, without going under a surgeon's knife. Give Dr. Sharon Wright a call at Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes. 910-673-2225. That's 910-673-2225. This is the perfect time of the year to bust out all your Echo tools and equipment from Beaver Equipment. Thanks to all the storms, my new Echo chainsaw from Beaver Equipment has been getting a good workout. Beaver Equipment is the place to go for rough and rugged Echo equipment for real men. They offer 5-year warranties and are locally owned and operated. So men, get out there and enjoy your Echo Power equipment from Beaver Equipment, Highway 211 in Aberdeen, 910-944-0402.
It's our 1-year anniversary of owning your local Sears hometown store in Aberdeen. Hi, this is Catherine Phelps. Joe and I want to thank all of our customers for their patronage and warm, heartfelt welcome to our new community. Remember, creating relationships and helping you make an informed buying decision is our business. And we'll price match any in-stock local competitor. So please shop your locally owned Sears hometown store, Aberdeen.
And that's the way it is, Monday, September the 2nd, 1963.
Music and laughter will fill the hall as Temple Theater comes alive again. Grab your go-go boots and hairspray.
ready for a night full of your favorite groovy jukebox music. I'm Peggy Tambourne, and we at Temple Theater are jazzed to kick off our 22-23 season with some powerful ladies in Beehive, the 60s musical, on stage September 8th through the 25th, told from the perspective of 6 young women. Beehive takes us from their first Beehive dance to the challenges we faced as a nation, with timeless hits such as My Boyfriend's Back, Be My Baby, Proud Mary, and Me and Bobby McGee. Beehive, the 60s musical, will have you doing a pony in your seat. Don't miss it. Beehive, the 60s musical, on stage at Temple Theater September 8th to the 25th. Tickets are $29 and available at templeshows.org.
From the WEEB Community Calendar. The 3rd annual Cruisin' in the Park Car Show, presented by Friends of the Aberdeen Library, will be held on October 15th at Aberdeen Lake. $25 registration fee for car entries 8 to noon. Free to the public from 9 to 3. Come out and stroll amongst over 70 cars. Enjoy food and drink, DJ music, 50-50 raffle, prizes, and a book sale. Judges select top 40, best of show, and best of 4 categories. Winners announced at 3 p.m. For more information, call Jewel at 910-281-3092.
As our economy gradually reopens, remember to support local.
Know you're doing the right thing and stay proud.
Be a part of the greatest comeback of all time with Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
The Zumwalt Zone is proudly sponsored by Moore County Citizens for Freedom. Always looking out for you.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. Ravil Meganov was the chairman of the Russian oil giant Lukoil. You more than likely never heard of him. I wouldn't have heard of him either, except for the fact that he recently passed away. He had been vocal in criticizing the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Now, you may be thinking that Putin had him killed, because we all know you're not allowed to criticize the government in Russia. Well, you'd be wrong. Actually, he was in the hospital at the time of his demise. I'm not sure what he'd been admitted for, but we do know the cause of death. Apparently, he fell out of his hospital window, located on the 6th floor. His company reported that he had passed away after a severe illness. Apparently, a fall is a severe illness in Russia. One Russian newspaper reported that he'd been trying to reach a balcony so he could smoke. I think he got a little close to the window and got smoked. Anyway, no one believes this guy fell out of a window. No one cares. When you have the wrong people in charge, the truth doesn't matter. All that matters is how you spin it and how your pathetic newspaper reports it. Now, how do I tie this into Moore County schools? Well, like this. Vote for Benway, Bruno, and Davis for school board. They're the good guys. Along with Hensley, Levy, and Holmes, we can fix this mess we've made for our kids. Remember that. Benway, Bruno, and Davis. I can guarantee you one thing. They've got my vote. I hope everyone has a wonderful day and a safe one. From the Zumwalt Zone.
High pressure will continue to take over, and we'll continue to see beautiful conditions with low humidity and a lot of sunshine today. It's going to be a fantastic day to have lunch or dinner outdoors. We'll see highs in the upper 70s and the mid 80s. By tonight, we're down into the mid 50s and lower 60s, with temperatures tomorrow climbing in the low to mid 80s. We're going to get a little bit unseasonable as we head into the end of the week, with warmth building back in. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Stand by on this channel.
Here we go again. 3, 2, 1.
We got a great show.
Why is that?
Today is National Eat a Hoagie Day.
No problem. Where do you get it?
Like at the hoagie shop?
Hoagie.
It's also known as a grinder sub.
Okay, #1, eat a hoagie.
Or hero. Make room for this hot and cheesy hoagie.
Hoagie lover. Happy National Eat a Hoagie Day. Showtime.
Hand me down the walking cane, hand me down my hat. Girl,
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. Time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Good morning, Moore County. Sun's up, Dem's in the basement, so it's time to get out. All you healthy conservatives, walk the dog, chase the cat. Cat's probably out there in the yard wandering around chasing birds, so go out there and police that cat up and, get on the bike, get out, play some golf. Kids are in school. Enjoy your day.
All right. Don't forget, of course, we're being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's coming at you from our website at talk973.com or talk1041.com or weeb990.com. Top middle of the homepage is where the video link's located. In the upper right-hand corner of all our pages is another link to our broadcast signal that you can listen to 24/7, 365. And that's where it says on the air, listen live. Click it once, you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills area. It's going to be nice, lower humidity than yesterday. Sunny with a high of 83 today. Tonight clear and 59. Throw the windows open. Air your place out. Sunny Thursday with a high of 85. Clear Thursday night and 62. Friday, sunny 83. Still low humidity here. Saturday, humidity creeps up a little bit, not to the uncomfortable range. Sunny with a high of 83 Saturday, 85 Sunday. Monday, as you head back to work, we start climbing again on the temperatures. Sunny with a high of 87, 89 on Tuesday, still with the humidity down in comfortable ranges. Right now around the Sandhills, solar radiation 27 watts per square meter, pressure 30-39, winds calm, dew point 58. Humidity 84%, is sunny and 63 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All righty, it is 8:33, 33 past the hour on this Wednesday.
Hey, I got an email or a text. The term for that sending or calling 911 and sending police to another house or to somebody else's house to cause them trouble, that's called swatting, which makes sense. Send the SWAT team to and it's been going on for years, apparently, since the earliest one I saw was 2012, swatting. And some people have been seriously injured, shot. And I saw one, apparently, that was killed by the police responding to this false 911 thing. So, and I also saw that people that have perpetrated this act have been sentenced upwards of 10 years in prison for doing it, too. So, Oh, and it was Marjorie Taylor Greene. That was the congresswoman. I couldn't think of her name. But it tends to be...
What'd she do?
She was swatted like 2-3 days in a row, and it tends to be high-profile people that, although, it can happen to just regular people, but apparently it happens quite often to celebrities and politicians and things.
Yeah, and our taxpayers' checkbook.
Yeah, it is. You're really, if it's being done, and if the prosecutors are on top of things and prosecuting these people that do this, you'll curtail some of it. But, there's always going to be some clown out there that feels like he has to, try to cause somebody problems. I read one really... Yeah, they're doing it for really stupid reasons, too, for the most part.
Well, lack of upbringing.
Yeah, I just wanted to, it kind of came up, and I got a text about it. Thanks for texting in, and
all right, well, a little wiser from it. Okay, 8:36. What to do first? Let's do this first. Where'd I put it, Steve? You just had it here. Okay, got it. That's a tweet from Reuters. Pennsylvania Democratic gubernatorial candidate Josh Shapiro plans to debut a new online ad aimed at black voters that features his Republican rival posing in a Confederate military uniform. The ad told us.
So this is a false ad.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're going to put this guy's head or face on top of somebody who's in a Confederate uniform.
Right.
Yeah. See, there should be consequences for that. I mean, I get those things. Well, we've all gotten them, and we've gotten them here in Moore County. All these false, salacious mailers, etc., with all kinds of garbage on them. We got them during the last primary. Jamie Bowles was victimized by that, and others have been victimized by it, and it's just bad. That's really poor form.
And the nation's most sensitive secrets, national security. Durham filing reveals that Igor Danchenko, source of Steele dossier fabrication, was FBI confidential human source from March of 2017 to October of 2020. On the payroll, the FBI paid him to lie to them about Trump. This is out of hand. And if our government doesn't get this under control, if our Congress doesn't do something about this at some point in the near future, I don't know what's going to happen. The FBI paid that guy to come forward with the false allegations. Specifically, that guy lied about the urination, the Russian prostitutes urinating on the bed thing. Yeah.
He was paid to make that up and come forward and insert that into the investigation and all the things dealing with Trump. The FBI paid him to do that.
And this from the FBI, who are supposed to be the most neutral law enforcement agency we got.
Well, clearly they aren't, and and until until the rank and file in the FBI start putting some pressure somehow on their leadership, why would I? I'll tell you what, if I know someone is in particular is in the FBI or whatever, I'm not talking to them. I wouldn't even have a casual conversation about a football game or a baseball game with one of them. I'd turn my back on them, walk away. Until apparently there's a few of them coming forward now that are talking to Senator Grassley. I think I read that he has a couple of people coming from the FBI and identifying some of the garbage that's going on there. But if that's a handful of agents out of how many, I don't even know. How many FBI agents do we have? Too many.
Yeah,
certainly.
Well, if they're all biased and one-sided, way too many. But evidently it's the upper echelon pulling all this crap because they want to remain in power as is.
Well, I understand that, there's probably half a dozen people in the super senior, the absolute top of the FBI that are perpetrating a lot of this. But by the same token, the rank and file go through and execute these warrants. The rank and file go through and set up those guys with the governor's kidnapping thing out there. And where was that? Michigan. Set that all up. And apparently these individuals from the FBI were there on January 6th out in the crowd, egging people on to break in and do other things. That's part and parcel of what's going on here. And until the rank and file say, hey, we're not doing this anymore, and hang the consequences, either resign or whatever, then it's, I don't know. It's going to end badly.
Yeah. All right. Well, while Joe Biden was cheerleading at the White House yesterday, the Wall Street Journal reported that U.S. incomes failed to grow for the second year in a row. How long has he been in office? Oh, yeah, 2 years.
Yeah.
These are census figures. Welcome to the democratic world.
It didn't take him long, man.
How can anybody be so uneducated to vote for this, what we got now? If you notice, I was talking to somebody yesterday about this. I said, if you remember, We saw live and in living color inflation shoot up like crazy. And what did it do? It followed the price of oil. Inflation starts creeping through the whole economy from the price of oil shooting through the roof. And you felt it at the pump, still do. And if you want to bring it down rapidly, bring down the price of oil. How do you do that? You get back to a country that produces all the oil it needs. And that will bring inflation back down right away. The way the feds are choosing to do it is by choking off demand by raising interest rates. Raise interest rates, that gets people thrown out of work by the hundreds of thousands, and you pay more for everything as a result until the economy slows down to the point that nobody's buying any splurge items or comfort items. They're just buying the basics, and that kills the economy and kills inflation. So I choose the former, not the latter pattern. Latter pattern was what Paul Volcker did back in the 80s, and what a complete idiot he was. He ran interest rates up to 21.5% prime. That was the prime interest rate. That's the best customers that get prime. Everybody else gets prime plus. And in most cases for average business people, it was prime plus 2. So you're paying 23.5% for money, which is outrageous. And they just kill you that way. Just absolutely kill you. And kill the economy too. But he didn't care. He sat right there and says, I'll drive it up to 60% if that's what it takes to get inflation out of the economy. Well, there's a way to do it without breaking the bank, Paul. But, you know, when you got a government worker sitting there in his cushy job, getting his cushy income and his cushy benefits, what the hell does he care about you? And they don't. Sometimes it seems like the only way to go is get on the government dole, because they don't go broke. At least if they do, everybody's going down. But if they don't, and you get benefits and time off and every holiday and so forth and so on. Just saying. All right, some things we need to know today so you don't sound stupid. For the first time since 1936, Australia is reporting a fatal kangaroo attack. We did that. The Emmys Awards on Sunday had their lowest viewership in history. Just 6 million people tuned in.
Wow.
You mean more people than that didn't want to see Hollywood pat themselves on the back?
6 million stupid people. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, pat themselves on the back, go, oh, how wonderful you are. We'll give you an award for it.
6 million people that really have nothing else to do.
The Watergate Special Prosecutor Ken Starr died Tuesday after a lengthy illness. He was 76. Being part of Putin's inner circle is dangerous. Ivan Pekorin, Putin's point man for developing Russia's vast Arctic resources, fell off the side of a boat in waters close to Russky Island, and his body was found a day later. That was just a few weeks after Ravil Maganov, chairman of the Russian oil giant Lukoil, a firm that openly criticized Putin's invasion of Ukraine, reportedly died after plunging from a hospital window.
Yeah, both of them. All right, well, I'm not going to say it. Yeah, that's...
I can see it now. The nurse says, okay, come over here and get some fresh air. Lean out a little more.
Yeah, breathe deep. Yeah.
And in tragic news today, Britney Spears was unfollowed by Christina Aguilera on Twitter after Britney posted on Monday, quote, if I had Christina Aguilera's dancers, I would have looked extremely small. That combined with a Rodney Dangerfield quote, I found there's only one way to look too thin, hang out with fat people.
Okay. Having not seen any of that. I'll just take it for what it's worth, I guess.
Okay.
A couple of singers in a cat fight. All right. Okay.
Yes, and it's important Hollywood news. All right, let's get educated here.
And now it's time for Yes!
Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes!
Or BS.
Don't give me that good bullshit.
All right, got to do this Monday, so we'll do it today. A rousing round of yes or BS, where we'll give the colonel a statement, and he got a 50-50 shot on it. He'll say, why, yes, that's true, or no, that's total BS. And he does well on this. In September of 1921, White Castle became the first fast food hamburger chain.
Oh, is that the date? Or I'm supposed to guess whether that's the date. Sure, the White Castle's the oldest. I don't know what the date is.
It's true. The comic strip Peanuts is known as Little Radishes in Denmark.
Oh, is it Peanuts? Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
It is true.
All right, fine.
More than 50% of us throw away junk mail unopened.
Yes.
And that's BS. Surprisingly, it's only 20%.
Really? People actually spend the time opening all that garbage?
80% do, and that means more in my box because of it.
Man, mine goes. I got a special bag for that one, and I burn it.
The popular comic strip character Beetle Bailey is the brother of Lois from High and Lois.
Oh man, I have no clue.
It's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right.
The world's largest bowling alley is located in Tokyo, Japan.
That I'd believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've been there.
Yeah, not Tokyo. Not that bowling alley, but they've got some big ones.
Alabama is the largest state east of the Mississippi River.
What's that?
Alabama is the largest state
east of the
Mississippi River.
No, Florida's bigger than Alabama, isn't it?
No, it might be, but that's not the answer.
No?
It is BS. That's all you got to get right.
Yeah, okay. It can't be the largest.
What would you guess is the largest?
Florida is larger than
I told you that, didn't it?
No?
No.
All right. Well, I don't know.
One more guess.
New York. I don't know.
Georgia.
Georgia's bigger than Alabama?
Yeah.
Okay. I know Alabama's not the biggest east of the Mississippi. It seems to me there's several states larger, but you're just saying Georgia's the one that's larger than Alabama. Florida's not larger than Georgia or...
Georgia's larger. It's the largest state east of the Mississippi.
All right. Okay. All right. Good.
Grover Cleveland is on the U.S., although they don't print them anymore, the U.S. $1,000 bill.
Grover Cleveland on 1,000? I've never seen 1,000.
Well, they're out of circulation, but they...
Well, I know, but I mean, there's pictures of them and things. They've been around. Grants on a 5, right? 500?
I saw a $10 million bill.
Yeah.
I think it had... I forgot what was on it. It was at the Mint in Washington.
Well, Cleveland is on a bill, so yeah, sure, true. Why not?
It is true.
Right.
In legend, Lady Godiva rode naked through the English town of Liverpool.
What did she do?
Rode naked.
Oh, okay.
Since you don't know how to pronounce that.
Well, that's true.
No, it's BS.
If naked means the same as naked.
It's BS. It was Coventry.
Coventry. Okay, great. Who cares?
The tomato was the first vegetable to be grown in space.
Tomato?
Yeah.
First vegetable. No. It wasn't a tomato.
What would be your guess? You're right. That's the only part you got to get.
I can't remember. It was celery or something, lettuce. I can't remember.
Potato.
Potatoes, wasn't? Yeah, tomato isn't a fruit anyway. It's a fruit, not a vegetable.
The first hurricane with the man's name was Hurricane Bob.
I don't remember. I remember all the hullabaloo about that, but yeah, sure, why not, Bob?
It was in 1979. The Empire State Building has 12,008 windows.
God, I had to. We visited there. And of course it's changed because they keep adding things. 12,000 windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I don't know.
No, it's about half that, 6,400.
Okay.
But that's a lot of windows. I don't know why I just thought of this, but you remember Paul Lynde from Hollywood Squares, right?
Oh yeah.
He was the center square, and they'd ask a question. He'd always have a rapid one-liner coming back.
He was
at him.
sharp. He was sharp.
Well, did you know that he was given advance notice of what the questions would be for him?
Yeah.
And writers wrote the answer.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, that he used.
Okay. Well, then maybe he wasn't so sharp.
I probably embellished it with his way of humor, but nobody cared. They just enjoyed it. The USSR was the first nation to use paratroopers in battle.
Yes, they were.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
44% of women say the most important thing to take with you on vacation is your swimming suit.
What's that? Women say that's the most important
Yeah.
thing to take? Man, I don't know. I guess.
No, it's comfy pajamas.
Comfy pajamas. All right. Okay.
Honeybees produce the substance known as royal jelly.
Yes.
Yes, they do.
That's what they feed the queen when they need one.
Only 75-watt light bulbs gives off more than 3 25-watt bulbs. I'm sorry, one 75-watt light bulb gives off more light than 3 25-watt bulbs.
Yeah, I would believe that.
Yes, that's the way it works.
25-watt bulb is worthless.
Yep. Unless you're in the total darkness. Ice is actually harder than concrete.
Yes, I want to say yes for some reason. I don't know why.
It's BS. Actually, concrete and ice are the same when it comes to hardness.
Oh, yeah.
If you drop a 5-pound block of ice on someone's head, it would have about the same effect as dropping a 5-pound block of concrete on them. So why did you even ask that question? In an ice skating competition, there are 48 different types of figure eights possible.
In what?
Ice skating competition.
How many? Who knows? Who cares? Yes, true.
It is true. Who knew?
I didn't.
And how can you tell?
Yeah, exactly.
I know one of the competitions is when a skater does do a figure eight, and they have to go around the same figure eight so many times, and the judges come over and look and see how well you retraced your line, and that determines whether you win or not.
All right. Well, how many different would they say 40 something?
48.
Well, I don't. What's the last one?
Acceptable.
Doing it on your face or something after you trip and fall?
No
Who
idea.
knows? Come on.
30,000 cows lose their lives every year just to supply the NFL with footballs.
Oh, it's a lot, but I don't. 30,000 cows?
Yeah.
Oh, the NFL for a year, and they got to have 12. Man, I don't know. Sure, why not?
It's BS. Actually, it's only like 3,000.
3,000?
Yeah.
Would you say 30,000?
30,000.
Okay. All right.
And the Pilgrims refused to eat lobster because they thought they were really giant insects.
I've never heard of this one before, I guess. I don't know.
It is true. And there are 50 spaces on a Monopoly board game.
Ugh, I don't know. 50 spaces? It's 50. No, there's more than 50. I mean, we can't.
The answer is no, but they're less. It's 40.
There's only 40?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I haven't played Monopoly in so long, I can't remember.
Rain contains vitamin C.
What contains vitamin C?
Rain, like it falls out of the sky.
Well, man, I don't know. No, I don't think so.
No, it doesn't. But it does have vitamin B12 in it.
B12, okay. All right. I was going to say it depends on, if you're getting it off the roof or off the pine needles, it'll have vitamin C in it, I guess. I don't know.
Let's see what you know about the British monarchy. All 17 children of Queen Anne died before she did. Man, she was a baby factory, wasn't she?
Yeah, they did because, her succession went to another family, and I can't remember.
Yeah, they did.
She was the end of the line. I'll put it that way.
A giant crab of Japan can get as large as 22 feet across.
A giant crab in 22 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds a little large to me, man. That's science fiction stuff there.
It is false.
Because, it may not be in the future because they've been dumping all that nuclear pollution in the ocean. So there's no
But they
telling.
grow to 12 feet wide.
12 feet? Yeah, I would believe 12 feet. But
how'd you like to get hold of those pincers?
22 feet, wow. Yeah. They made a movie about that, didn't they?
Probably about 50 of them in Japan.
Attack of the Giant Crab People or whatever.
All right, and so it goes for this Wednesday. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow, 7 to 9 for a thumping Thursday morning. Until then, be sure to be good to our local businesses, especially the ones you hear on this station, because they're the core of our economic growth. We don't have to be in a recession like the rest of the world. We can have our own economic growth here if we just support local. And trust me, I should know. I have a degree in economics. And don't forget also that millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the LeaderMan. And Nick and Colt the dog. We'll see you this afternoon at the sunny, less humid dog park.